Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I want to thank you again for tuning in to Up Close and Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine. I am, of course, Angela Thomas Smith. And today we have Christian Richardson with us. He's going to be sharing a little bit about his journey as an author and a little bit about his book. For those that do not know who I am, of course, I am the founder of AALAC, which is the African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign, where we bring awareness to Brown and Black authors all over the world. I am also the CEO of Aspiring Authors Magazine, where we're bridging the gap between Brown authors around the world, and we're touching on topics that's affecting the Brown community, such as depression, PTSD, suicide, domestic violence, and various other topics that's affecting our communities. So if you are not following Aspiring Authors Magazine, please go over and follow us. But again, I am super excited about today. I'm always excited to bring authors on and give them an opportunity to share just a little bit about who they are, because as an author myself, I come to realize that we do not get the amount of, I guess you would say, promotion and I don't know. We just don't get the respect that we deserve as authors. And I created this platform in 2016 just for that reason, because at that particular time I was working with kids and I could not find books that my kids could relate to. I could not find books that my kids could see themselves in. And I noticed that they were not reading those other books. They were not interested. So I came to Facebook. I came straight to Facebook and I started asking for Brown authors, African-American authors, started sharing my logo, started sharing this. I created the Chasing Your Dream book tour. Our goal was to go from city to city, state to state, sharing African-American authors, bringing awareness to us and literacy within our community. That was my mission. That is still my mission. COVID-19 has slowed it down. But through COVID-19, I was able to birth the magazine, which has allowed me to continue to be able to showcase authors. And through that, I also was able to birth 2 radio shows. I am now hosting 2 radio shows. My 3rd show is coming in September, and I'm super excited about that. For those that did tune in last night, I thank you. I thank you. You do not realize how much I thank you. I had over 1.5 million listeners on last night for my show on the ONE Dynasty, a product of Damon Network. I want to thank you guys that have been supporting me and that came on and participated. But I got to move on because I have an amazing guest that's backstage that's waiting to come on and to share just a little bit about his journey as an author and share a little bit about his book. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you would please share this. Again, I'm going to remind you guys at the end of the show, all you Amazon Prime members, you can download these books for free and leave a review. It's very important for authors that we get reviews, because not only does it shows our followers that people are actually reading our books, but it shows us that you care. And we can see that you actually care. It's good that you come to Facebook and tell us on Facebook, but the reviews are really what we want. So with that being said, I'm going to bring my guest up, and I'm going to let him share just a little bit about who he is. And the next person you're going to see is Mr. Christian Richardson. Hello. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. I'm happy. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You are welcome. I love networking. I love bringing authors on because I'm an author myself. And we don't get the respect that I think we deserve. Even before I became an author, it was hard for me finding books that my kids could relate to.
Mm-hmm.
You could not go in the store. It's like they got a little corner where if you go in these big major stores, and I ain't gonna call no names, but you go in these big major stores, you got to go in the back, in the corner,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got a little African American section.
Mm-hmm.
And why?
Yeah, that's true.
We write more than one thing. And then there's only certain things that you can find, and then I ain't gonna say what it is because they get too much credit already.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna say it. But there's more to us writing than just those things. I mean, we got some people that's writing some great self-help books, just various things. And I made it my mission to say, okay, no, we need to see more of us in the forefront. So I said, I have to do something. So that's how AALAC came about.
And thank you for that. Thank you for that. That's awesome.
That's how that came about. We started doing the Chase Your Dream too. When I tell you COVID-19 shut down a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I can
shut
relate.
down a lot of stuff. But you know what? I thank God for everything that has taken place because it still allowed a lot of people to still operate in their purpose. Because a lot of people, they wouldn't have been doing what they were supposed to been doing if they still been able to go to them jobs and go to those different things and do stuff that, you know, they normally wouldn't have been doing.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm a living example. I'm a witness because I would have been still going to that job if COVID-19 hadn't hit. But because COVID-19 hit and they laid me off, and then they decided to call me back within an hour and said they're going to bring me back. And I said no. And they said they was going to fire me. So I got fired. But you know what? What am I? But you know what? What am I doing?
Exactly. And I told people that this COVID thing, it pushed a lot of people into their destiny or where they were supposed to be. It don't see it all as negative. Use it for your good. Let it that angel of destiny or whoever it is you pray to, your higher God or whatever, let this push you into where you're supposed to be. If you're meant to be there, you're going to be there, period. And this is the time to do it and to see what you're made of. So I own it. I received it. I can't return it. It is what it is. I'm an epic storyteller. And the way that I write is I paint a picture, a visual picture for you to see. Like I'm painting everything word-wise for you to see this. And even since, like I said, since from childhood, I've kept going. I've never stopped writing. And as I've gotten older, it's gotten better. And I've took, classes and stuff like that. But I had to kind of pull back from certain people because like you were saying, they kept trying to shush my voice or change my personality, or because my personality was too big for them or my light was too bright for them, they couldn't deal. So I said, okay, let me go out this another way. So I started doing online classes and courses and, just different stuff to keep me polished and things like that. So like I said, I've always kept a journal or diary, whatever you want to call it. So when I was temporarily stationed working in Texas, and my godsister came to the house, and I always keep my journal entries. They're color coded, which means they go by my moods. So if I'm feeling a certain kind of way, that's the book I write in. So I came home one day and she was reading, because she's a book reader. And she was reading and she was like, "You wrote this? This is wow." I'm like, "Well, you in my journal." So she didn't know, but so when me and her started talking and I allowed her to read a little more, she pushed me into and she told me, she said, you're missing your calling. She said, you enjoy helping people and you have a niche and a way of soothing people. She was like, Christian, my name is Aaron, but Christian is my pen name and a nickname. But she said, Christian, you really should publish or start making your stuff public. And it wigged me out because I'm such a private person. So to put that kind of stuff on Front Street was like, oh, you lost your mind. I ain't doing that. But of course, when you're storytelling, writing stories, you change stuff and all that other kind of stuff to make it fit. So that's how that happened. That's what the book came about, and everything just hey, like you said, with the COVID, I threw my hands up and said, okay, we're gonna rock this. We're gonna see how far this can go. And it did. Once it went public, it took off. And I've gotten so much feedback from so many different people, so many walks of life, so many men and women or teenagers telling me how much I've helped them, or I've shown them the different side of writing or being a published author, especially a Black published author. Because like you said, there aren't that many of us out there, or if they are, we're not seen like that or put into them, because I had no clue. And then I learned recently that Black women are the #1 book readers in the entire world. Black women are the #1 purchasers of books, and they're the #1 book readers. And a lot of my fan base, I hate the word fans, but fan base, or as I call them,
readers.
Yeah, exactly, my readers.
They like to be called readers.
Exactly. See, you're good at this. My readers, they're Black women.
But there are a lot of authors. There are a lot
of
authors.
And I had no idea, because it wasn't shown. It wasn't shown to me or presented in any way. And like you said, I had to go to the library, and we're pushed in the corner somewhere with a certain narrative.
And then it's not even a great representation of us, because, you know, they want to be, they so strict about what they want. If you're not coming from a distributor, if you don't have a distributor that's distributing your books, then they don't want, because they talk about they order from distributors. They don't want you to be able to donate a couple of books for them to put on the shelf.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't understand why they do that. But, you know, it's all good. Mm-hmm. But they want you to donate books that they can sell, and
you get nothing from it. Right. Exactly.
And their friends, though, that brand new books that we selling on Amazon for, some people sell their books from $9.99 up to $20 on Amazon, and we selling our books at regular price, and you want to sell our books for 25 cents?
I've noticed a lot. Yeah, I've noticed a lot, and it's been a struggle a little bit, and I have noticed a lot. But I've also paid attention, and I don't mind, you know, because with us, and so far, honestly, I've really been kind of taken aback, because they was like, Aaron, please, you wrote a book. What's the link? I'm going to buy it right now. And I'm like, really? Like, the support is ridiculous. Like, I really did not. And my best friend always laughs at me, because we talk on a regular basis, she and I. And she said, you downplayed yourself. She said, you talked about it for so many years, and then when you put it out there, it took off. She said, because you was downplaying. She's like, stop speaking that crap over yours. Speak up.
You got to be careful what you speak of your life. You better go read Proverbs 18:21.
I changed
You got the power in your tongue.
I changed
life or death. I'm telling you. That's why when these people were talking about what ifs yesterday, like one of the posts say, what if I was still on drugs? I told her, I say, if you were still on drugs, I say, well, number one, if you were still on drugs, you wouldn't be asking that question on Facebook. I said, because you probably wouldn't be on Facebook. I said, me and you wouldn't be having this conversation. So you wouldn't be posting this right now. I said, have a good day. I said, thank you for choosing your other route of your what if.
Yes, exactly. And
then another post was, what if I was still on the streets? And then another one said, what if I never became an author? I didn't even never get to address that one, because this particular author that posted this, this author is currently incarcerated. So I didn't even get to respond back to this one.
Ooh, but I know he got a good story. I know he has a good story.
But if you never, like, what if you never became an author, then you would have never had the opportunity to share your story. Your story wouldn't be getting shared. So that's the what if.
Yeah.
That's the what if. Yes. But you did. But you did. So now you go with the but you did. So your what if? What if you never did the book? Where would you be at right now?
If I had never done the book, honestly, me being me.
With this COVID going on right now, and so much going on with COVID, everybody being, I mean, it's been with some people physical, mental, emotional. So it's been all different types of coming at you
Yeah.
all different type of ways.
Yeah. Mess.
So
Yeah.
what if you didn't do this book?
If I hadn't did the book, eventually I would have came full circle and did it anyway. Because like I said, I'm a storyteller and people love when I tell stories. And I found myself on Facebook a few weeks ago. It wasn't even a story that's in the book. It was another story I had been working on. And I said, you know what? I was reading the feed and it was mess. And it was, it was death. It was hunger. It was money. It was just like, it was a mess. It was nothing good on my feed. So I said, okay, watch this. I said, okay, y'all, story time. We about to flip this. And it was like everybody pulled up, they paid attention. And I just started telling the story. I said, I'm gonna tell y'all a short story real quick. And I did a whole thread of the short story. And I didn't go into super detail, just enough to give you an idea. And they loved it. And I got, thank you for this. Thank you for this. Oh, I needed this. Oh, you took my mind off of this temporarily. I needed this. Da, 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 da. So my what if would it ended up being full circle. So my what if probably wouldn't have even existed at all. It would have started off as what if, but ended up as you did it, or this is what your outcome was. So that as far as the book goes, my what if, it would have started that way, but it wouldn't have finished that way.
But you know what? What if you look back, everything go back anyway to the plan, because Jeremiah 29:11 is going to come to pass regardless.
Whether you wanted to or not.
You may deter from it. You may get distracted from it. You may make choices because you know you got to suffer the consequences of the choices that you made. So you may make choices that is not choices that need to be made at that time. So you may get distracted from the plan for about 3 or 4 years. But it may take you that time. I'm telling you, because I had a lady on my show. It took her 10 years to write her book. Just imagine the emotions that she had to go through for 10 years.
Wow. Yeah.
But she said with so much stuff that she had to deal with. But just imagine if she did not deal with that stuff
at all. Yeah. And
what she doing now and impacting people's lives, she wouldn't have been able to impact people's lives the way that she's impacting people's lives. So I want you to share a little bit about your book. I want you to grab the book now off the shelf. I want you to share a little bit about the book. Since you didn't want to share a little bit about yourself, let the book talk for you.
Well, yeah, because that's pretty much what it is. The book, Tales of a Black Geisha, and it came about because I like I said, with the whole journal entry things and stuff like that. But the name was a play on name that my sister and my god sister and I came to together, kind of, sort of. But it's a book about my life and what I've been through from high school up until now. And it's truth. I take you on an emotional roller coaster. There's heartache, there's love, there's death, there's like possibly every emotion that I have went through or that you can think of. I take you through it in this book. It's matter of fact, it says, as a minority gay man, author Christian Richardson has faced an array of life challenges, but he tries to find the beauty and the message in everything he experiences. Tales of a Black Geisha offers a collection of stories, offering a peek into my unique life based on a series of stories from journal entries and things of that nature. My travels around the world, relationships, my career now, and it's filled with comedy, sex, drama, everything. And it's very in your face, and I didn't hold anything back. It's for adults, so I would say 18 plus. And I dedicated my book to everybody who's, you were told no, you had a door slammed in your face, people spoke down to you or didn't speak life into you or try to take life from you. Negativity and stuff like that. I dedicated my book to those people, to the people who don't mind giving the middle finger to society, because we don't let society dictate to us and tell us who we are, what we can and cannot be, who we should and should not be, so on and so forth. So that's who my book is dedicated to, and that's what it's about.
Amen, amen, amen. Well, I want to thank you for coming on today and sharing your book and sharing just a little bit about who you are. It looked like I'm froze. I don't know why this computer do this, but you probably still can hear me. I hope you can anyway. I should have brought my phone so I can see, because it kept freezing up. Let me see. I want to wait to unfreeze because I want to see. If you can hear me, please go ahead and share your Facebook and your contact information so individuals can contact you. Oh, it's froze. Oh my God. So it dropped him off.
Okay.
I saw you pop up on the other screen. I was like, oh, there. Okay. So it's always something going on technical.
Look,
it always do that. I mean, this is the world we're living in.
Yeah,
so
that's because we was talking the good fight. That's what that was, and somebody tried to intervene, but that's all. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But I want to thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
Sharing with us and allowing those that follow my platform to know just a little bit about who you are. Before we leave, I want you to share your links that they can follow you. If you have Instagram, of course, your Facebook, your website, where they can purchase your book at, different things like that.
Okay. Instagram, it's Christian Richardson. It should pop up, or it'll say Black Geisha Tales. It'll pop up. On Facebook, Christian Richardson. Twitter, it's He Snob 26 or Snob Boss, one of the two. It'll be the same thing, but just it'll pop up. Purchase wise, I am on Amazon. I had no idea I was on Amazon until a friend of mine told me, because my publishing company, Archway, is my publisher. So people was purchasing through the website. And then a family member told me, it's like, you on Amazon? I was like, I'm on Amazon. It's like, you on Amazon. So I'm now on Amazon, the Kindle version and the paperback. I'm currently working on hardbacks as well. And if everything goes right for 21, I'll be doing a storytellers tour along with myself and 3 other authors that we're putting together for 21. Prayerfully, if everything goes well and right. We'll be doing that as well. So I'll keep you abreast on that and the updates on that as well too.
Yes, please let me know, because I am starting to book for my show for 2021. I have, of course, I have a show that comes on once a month. It's broadcast through Blog Talk Radio. It's through ONE Dynasty. I actually was on last night. I had over 1.5 million
that is awesome
connections last night.
Awesome.
So that
Your
was
voice
amazing.
Is being heard. That's awesome. Congratulations.
That was amazing. I tell you, the question was, what if? Was the question.
And we often ask ourselves that a lot.
Exactly. Too. So many people have that question in there, and not only they don't just have that one question. It's so many what ifs. What if this? What if this? But what if this? What if this? And your what ifs really never get answered. But you have to ask them so you can see. You know, because what if?
And sometimes they do get answered. We just don't pay attention, or the answer that we get is not what we want to hear.
What we want, so we ignore it.
Yeah, be careful.
Ignore it and act like it didn't get answered. That's what happened.
Yes, exactly.
It's the sad truth, but it's the truth.
Oh, and before I forget, my book also has a soundtrack on Spotify, and it's called Grooves of a Black Geisha. So if you're reading the book, and because I mentioned certain songs in different stories in the book, so that way you can go to Spotify and hear the actual song itself. to go along with that particular story. Or if you've never heard it before, you can go on there and listen to it and you're like, oh, okay, I got you. So yeah.
So that is amazing. So I want to thank you for coming on today and being a part of Up Close and Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine.
Thank you so much.
If you're not following my platform, please go over and follow my platform. And please share us. Again, you are one of the 220 authors that are going to be featured on the blog. You are posted. Awesome. You are posted on the blog. So go over and check.
Thank you.
Check your link out. I thought I had sent you your link, but if not, I will send it to you.
Okay.
And I think you're up because I think I put you. I think you were one of the first ones that went up. I'll make sure today, and I'll send you the link, and then you can share it. You'll have your own personal link, so when they click on it, it'll go directly to your blog. And they'll be able to check your blog out. But please go over, share us, get your friends to subscribe to us.
I sure will.
I want to thank you for coming on today. Is there anything that you would like to share with those that are tuned in, those that will catch the replay?
Actually, yes. The one thing I always tell people is that everybody has a story. If you have a voice, you have a story. Don't let anybody tell you that you don't have a story or that your story doesn't matter or your story is the same as everybody else's. That's not true. It may be the same on some variation, but your story is your story. You write your own story and you tell your own story. Nobody is the editor but you and God. That's it. That's your book. You tell your story, period. And that's all I'm saying on that.
Amen. Amen. I want to thank you for coming on once again. I want to thank you for coming on. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Please keep me posted on anything that you have going on. I love to share. I love to network. I love to collaborate.
Me too.
I'm always around Facebook somewhere.
Okay.
I'm in and out of different groups. I'm always around here doing something, helping somebody, doing something, doing a live, doing a whatever, doing coach, whatever they want me to do. That's what I do. I like to help people. I like to serve. That's what I do.
Okay, cool.
I like to see authors thrive, and I like to see authors.
Me too. I love it.
I like to see authors before people, but I hope that you floating around Facebook too, because it's good to stay before people.
Yes, I agree. And I'm so happy for you, and I'm so proud of you. That's awesome. Keep doing what you're doing because you helping us out. So especially right now because COVID did block a lot of us from doing what we needed to do. But in a way, it's just getting us ready to go out there for 21.
He tried. Yeah. But we got him. We gonna bounce back even stronger when we do.
That's it.
Just preparing us for
exactly.
That's it.
It's the house in order, then you can go. Exactly.
Making us strong. But I want to thank you for coming on. You have a blessed one, okay?
Thank you for having me. You too. Enjoy.
All right.
Bye-bye.
I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Up Close and Personal with Angela. Of course, I am Angela Thomas Smith. I am the founder of AALAC and Aspiring Authors Magazine, bringing awareness to Brown authors all over the world and touching on topics that's affecting the Brown community. I want to thank you guys for tuning in on today. Those that are not following the blog, please go over and follow the blog. Please share the blog. If you are an author and you're looking to be featured, we are featuring 220 Brown Black authors this year for the rest of 2020. So get featured today, and you are up until December 31st, 2020. You're featured for free on the blog. Come. It's free. People are coming to the blog, viewing the blog. So I want you guys to share the blog. Check out some amazing authors. If you're an avid reader and you love to support your Brown and Black authors, please go over to the blog. Check the blog out. There are some amazing authors. There's some poetry books over there. There's some amazing children books over there. There's just some amazing books, period. Go support your Brown and Black authors, please. If you have Amazon Prime, you can download the Kindle version for free. Go support them. Leave a review. That's all we asking. Support us. Have a great day. Love you guys with the love of Christ.